It began like any other day. I was preparing myself for a new case when I got a phone call that would change everything. You see, in this job, you can't afford to help people you don't trust. But when it's family, you have no choice.
Enter. Hi, Ben. Take a seat.
Thanks, Uncle. You know, you're the only person I can talk to about this.
I know. So this attack, when did it happen? Any specifics about what happened and the people you were with?
Well, it happened yesterday. I don't remember much. My head's still spinning.
So he tells me how he was overpowered, made him watch his girl, Scarlet, get dragged away. Next thing, he's on the ground. Down comes a bat, and he's out.
Is there anything else you remember? Anything at all?
They both had some sort of mark on their hands.
A mark?
Yeah, like a symbol of some sort.
Something like this?
Yeah, that's it.
That's the mark of an organisation known as the Prism. They have connections in a lot of places. They conduct abductions for order. Other activities include drugs and prostitution. But there's something else you should know.
What?
The Prism's biggest money maker is human organs. Human organs are bought and sold on the black market every day. I wonder if you can guess how much kidneys are worth, for instance.
Oh, no, why would I want to think about something like that?
Hundreds of thousands. You might like to know that they take great care when removing and placing them into somebody else. The donor is kept alive for as long as possible to keep the product in prime condition, and that means that more profit is made when the parts are sold. Sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to scare you. Here, use this. Ben, they don't just kidnap anybody off the streets. They take healthy people with a purpose. I need to know, could there be any connection between Scarlet and those other people? Has she been talking to anyone strange?
No, of course not. She was the love of my life. We were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's all.
You know, I had to ask. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
No. I just wanted to come home safe.
Well, it's good you told me. And I'm going to get this sorted out.
You don't investigate the worst of crimes without learning a few tips. One of these was to go where the murder or kidnap happened. It sounds obvious, but it's the criminal's favorite error. And just like that, I had a new lead to go on. It wasn't much, but it was something. It was known to be a hangout for gangs, scum of the city. It was time for me to check if those rumors were true, but I was really hoping they weren't. I ask the usual questions, but I get no answers. So I ask them again in a more persuasive manner. Now we're face to face. I see the cogs in his head turning. Then he smiles at me, and I look up. Oh great, a friend, I think. Well, that explains the grin. But that is when I knew I walked into a trap.
Hey, nice nose job. If you're gonna kill me with your breath, at least it's not gonna take long. I'm sure your friends would agree.
Luke, I need you upstairs.
I'll be back, but in the meantime, you can have this to keep you company. She looks so peaceful, doesn't she?
What's wrong? Seen a ghost?
What the hell is going on?
Don't you know? Well, I guess I'll remind you. 15 years ago, you put my father behind bars. He built prison from the ground up. He made something for himself. And you destroyed his life.
It was nothing but a murderer.
You are worse than he is. You PIs don't know how to stay away, do you?
So what, you decided to track me down?
Exactly. And the only way we could do it was through your precious nephew. He liked our performance in a park. He came to you crying. And the rest just fell into place.
Well, I got back up on the way.
We all know you like to work alone. Only a sick man like you would care more about making headlines than the law.
So what you gotta do to me?
Well, you could help provide us with some information. Or you could become our latest donor.
I don't have any information. Do not make me do this.
As if you could. You know, little Ben, I'll never forget you. Do you think getting rid of me would make you a hero, detective? Whatever happens, you lose. Well, I guess you're a hero, detective.
At last, it was over. But I have to ask myself, was it worth it? God, what a choice to make. Stop a threat to the world or destroy a girl that Ben trusted. Right now he's not talking to me, and maybe he never will. But there's hope. For me, it's time for a new case. Although I really am getting too old for this work.
On est plusieurs en même temps à avoir besoin.